Hey, what is up, guys? Scavenger Reviews here, and I'm coming at you with another review. Been doing a lot of these. I really like this camera hand setup. That's what all the other YouTubers would do, and clearly it works. Anyways, this is the oh, this is the Armada Universe Red Alert, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I never watched Armada. I have no attachment to the show. This particular character. And frankly, I don't even know who this is. I mean, I know he's Red Alert, but that's literally it. That being said, I only bought this guy for the purpose of I'm going to repaint him. I'm gonna turn this into RoboCop. Honestly, I think they should too, like Hasbro officially, because they were doing like so good with all of the crossover figures for a while there. You know, you had the I think it was called Ectotron. You had the Back to the Future one, the X-Men one, which I know they kind of got like different reviews and different vibes from everybody, however they felt about it, but I really liked all of them. I don't have all of them, but I have the X-Jet one, whatever, Expanse. Yeah, I have Expanse, and I think he's really cool. I really want the Frankenstein Megatron. That thing looks great. But enough yapping about other figures, and let's get onto this guy. So, like I said, I was going to repaint him, and I probably still am. But let me just say, he's a really great look to him, as is. But yeah, so RoboCop vibes. I mean, look at the visor, look at the head, and then like the total cop vibe. I know he's an ambulance, but like, tell me that's not a cop. This is a cop. This is oh shit. Hold on. This is the most jacked like ambulance driver around, dude. This is the I wanted to be a cop, but the academy was full, so I became an ambulance driver instead. Which is perfectly fine. I really like it. And I freaking love this guy. Like I said, he's got total cop vibes. You can't convince me he's not an ambulance. Because first of all, what ambulance needs a freaking cannon? There's a piece of hair right there. There we go. There we go. Anyways, what ambulance needs a freaking sound wave cannon? Like, he's totally got a sound wave cannon, and that's awesome. I'm not even saying, like, oh, he's copying. No, I think it's cool. Like, copy away, when it's cool, it's cool. And I love the freaking accessories for this guy. So I don't have the one thing in his hand. There you go. Which I don't have a clue what that thing is. Not a clue. And then he's got like a little ray gun thing. And then that is just straight up, like, hold on. There you go. That is just straight up a machine gun. That is a Gatling gun, man. You can't convince me otherwise. That's a Gatling gun. And then this is a taser. And then that is like a little pew pew ray gun, Again, you're not convincing me otherwise. I might be making it seem like he's hard to stand or hard to pose, but he could not be further from that. He is actually really great, really stiff, and like all of his joints are good. I mean, like, look at this. I can support his weight from his foot. That is insane. And it does bend that way, I can support his weight from his foot. Not his leg, not his calf, his foot. And speaking of legs and calves, they went above and beyond with this guy. Like, look at this. First of all, you got forward foot that far. Backwards, not too far, gets in the way of the backpack. If you want, you can push it up and then push it back further. That does work. But no, what I want to draw attention to is the leg articulation. First of all, knee, just about 90, like slightly less than 90. It's like maybe 80, like 85. Hold on though. You've got a second joint for transformation, and there he gives a big knee. And that is a knee that's gonna knee some, criminal scum in the gut, because again, you're not convincing me this guy is a medic. He's absolutely attacking and like harassing the minorities. I mean, that's just like, look at that. You can't convince me that he's not gonna like, huh. And that is so cool. I have not seen like a double articulated leg. I don't know if I've ever seen one. I was gonna say in a while, but like, I don't think I've ever seen an articulated leg like that. There he is kicking like some old lady's door down because she didn't pay rent. And there he is kneeling on someone's chest and windpipe, and I go too far with this one. Yeah, I think I went too far with this one. Like, see, doesn't that just look natural? That just looks right. Enough with the cop isms, the cop analogies or whatever. But like, you can't tell me this guy isn't cop coded. He totally is. He's a cop. He's not an ambulance driver. He is masquerading as an ambulance driver. He always wanted to be a cop, but he got kicked out of the academy for being too aggressive. Thank you for doing your part. Really, my only complaint with him he's almost too good. I mean, to bend his arms, you have to put so much pressure on his elbow joint. And I didn't even bring up the fact that he has double jointed elbows. Yeah, this guy really is a cop. The amount of joints that he's confiscated. Heyo, but All right, enough of that. Like I said, on to let's do the transformation. And no reason why that's in the background. No reason. I just felt like watching those. All right, so first thing first, you want to de-arm him, which that is actually something really cool. I'll bring up in a second. You want to take his notch sound wave cannon, flip it back like that, just tuck it in. No click or anything, doesn't like necessarily lock into place. Not the biggest deal in the world, but would have been nice. Anyways, straighten out his arm, and there you can have him like really, be like, the corporal commander or whatever they call her. No, like commander in chief. Anyways, it'll tab in right there. Double joint the elbow. Same on the other side, and then just rotate those. And then before we go too much further, I meant to say, I do want to call attention. This guy is like the king of weapon storage. It was actually really surprising because they gave you, these 3 little pieces. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna lose those for sure. But no. So this one, which is the Gatling gun one, you want to put in right here, and it just kind of squeezes in right there. And that, like, I was worried about it being kind of loose and falling out, but nah. You're not losing that. That is a great connection. Same with the other side. You just tab that in, and you want to make sure that the little bump to it is on the inside, I think. No, on the outside, like that, yeah. And then there you go. This one's a little bit looser. Okay, well, apparently it's good. It was falling out for me earlier, but maybe I got it nice and tight this time. And then in here, in his backpack, you want to take the... Seriously, what is this? Like, I'm trying not to, like, keep with the cop thing, but what is this besides a taser? Is it, like, a defibrillator? Like, I don't know what this is. I'm not even, like, trying to be, like, funny or anything. Anyways, goes in right there. Super awesome articulation, seriously. Back to transformation, though. You want to do this, do that. Excuse me. There you go. And then pull his waist down, like so. And then, oh crap, we forgot the one step. Alright, so this right here, you want to get his head. It'll pull open. Come on. Come on. I hate this. This is very, very tight, and it leads to me not getting him able to do that, and I will cover that in a second. Anyways, poke the head down. Push that down without closing up that black piece. You do want the black piece out. Just like, no, I'm joking. I'll quit. Anyways, and you can probably figure it out for yourself what we're doing from here. You will tab the arms together right there. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. They do that. And then the legs go right in there. Right in there. Yep. And then you'll just put this around it. and squeeze it all together. And that is a heck of a Jeep. Love that little guy. I love the fact that all of his weapons are completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Not compressed, but like hidden, you know? Like, the only thing is like this thing, if you wanted, you could have that out, and then he's, you know, boom, got a Gatling gun, or a cannon, or whatever you want to call it, you know, in your own imagination. Oop, comes off a little easy, but that's almost a good thing, because, like, then you have options. I didn't even mention that you could have this as a gun in his hand. But yeah, it's got that, and you can put it in his hand. Make him even more copy if you want. But that is a super nice guy. And, move my wallet out the way, he rolls really well. That's my Bolden brush. But he rolls really well, and I like that. And also, I think I'm going to move this, because I don't want to just keep explaining why there's a random cardboard box under my floor. But it's not trash, it's like for my spray painting, but I'm going to move it. Anyways. There you go, how you guys like that? I do a little bit of stop motion, but I'm not really sure how that came out. And I know for a fact I could have done it a lot smoother, but hey, I was just, you know, having a little bit of fun. I'm no lazy eyebrow. He is like the king of stop motion. If you ever watch this video, man, please come back. You know, we miss you. But yeah. Anyways, that's been my look at Red Alert. I think he's super cool. I'm gonna repaint him, like I said, and I'll let you guys know how that turns out. In the meantime, though, you can find me on Scavenger Reviews at, of course, YouTube, my Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.